We are here. We are ready when you are ready.
Okay. Is this Daniel?
This is Daniel and the whole crew. We're all here.
Oh, sounds good. Get a whole audience today.
Yes, we are all gathered in your honor. We enjoy these sessions, and it is very fun to come in and share the experience with all of you.
Sounds good. We appreciate y'all coming through. Well, we'll start off. If there's any messages that you might want to share for the YouTube collective, if there's anything that needs to be talked about from your point of view.
Well, we would like to talk about your connection to Earth and your connection to Source and your connection to Self. We want you to all start making a more conscious effort to stay connected in these areas of your life. You get way too bogged down. Way too bogged down. Yes, it is easy to get distracted by life and by events and by situations. And maybe a lot of you might be out there experiencing the heavier frequencies of rather it be work or family life or whatever it might be that is keeping your frequency down. And we want you to watch that because it is very important to keep your connection to Source. It is very important, even if it is only 5 minutes a day, to sit and to imagine yourself connecting to the Source and to your Earth Mother, and then to Self, and just see yourself in your mind's eye connecting up above and down below. And what we usually do with each of you when we have sessions with you is we have you connect that in a infinity symbol and keep that coursing through as you connect below, come through yourself, connect above, come through yourself, and go back below, and just create that flow of energy that moves and that beautiful infinity symbol. And you will find yourself feeling more grounded and calm, and the answers and solutions will start to flow to you much easier than when you are in the chaos or when you are stepping into what you would call the illusion that it is not going the way you want it to. We are looking to see if there's anything else, if anyone else would like to share. Ashkund and te ushkund and do bayu to ko shoyunata. Tonan ko shamapi to do da baki and da. This one is saying, keep your energy and your vibration up. Everybody is anxious to start talking to you. Everybody is gathered around because they want to start talking to you. And we mean you, the listener. They want you to start raising that vibration because they are only able to connect with you when your vibration and your frequency can hit a certain level. And then they can start to make that presence, their presence, known to you. And so practice what we were saying before, the infinity symbol, the connection, the peace, the calm, when you can step out of the fear-based energies, when you can step out of what we were saying, the illusion that it is not going the way you would want it to go, when you can step out of any of that mattering and just step into the peace and the calm and the knowing that you are always taken care of, that raises you up. And then they can all start to come in and start to talk to you, much like we are doing today. You can get messages, you can make connections, you can make some new friends, and you can have a lot of fun with these friends. They bring in very interesting topics and conversations and help you to feel connected. And yes, that's an important word. We just felt that feeling of connection. There are many of you that are lost right now, feeling alone. Even if you are in a crowd of people, you feel there is no connection with these people. We want you to start playing with this idea of raising yourself up and loving yourself and being true to you and moving into that energy where you can connect with these beings and you can feel how it is to be part of a collective and to move into that energy of expansion and love without judgment, love without rules, and just be in love itself. And so that is what we are here to bring the message today. And we know that everybody has been feeling pretty heavy with all these things going on. And we shouldn't say everybody, as we are feeling somebody is calling us out on that. Somebody is over there going, no, I'm in a good place. And that could be true. But there is a large part of the population that has been feeling the heaviness of the energy coming in. And we are saying to you, hang in there. We're going to hit you with another one here real soon. And hopefully you'll be ready, and that wave will feel like a wonderful kiss on the cheek of some bliss energy. That is how we will say it. And let's see if anyone else wants to jump in again and participate. We do not know who is asking, but somebody wants to know who the one speaking the light language was out of the audience. Somebody is asking this question. We do understand that this is a recording, but we can still hear your questions sometimes. And we want to tell you that that was one of the insectoid galaxy, one of the insectoid collectives. And we want to kind of put them in with the, we're trying to find the right word that you would be able to relate to what this being might be appearing like. And we want to kind of put them in with the beetles, with your beetle collections, species on your planet. They, the one that we were speaking through says, oh, like in the Men in Black when they were killing the cockroaches, and no, not, don't go off of that. But these are a very high vibrational being, much like the mantis, much like the ant people, much like the, it is along that group. We know that we have brought in, maybe not so much in these particular recordings, but in other situations, we have brought in the bees, we have brought in all kinds of different species that come through and talk. And this one would be most connected to that particular group of beings on your planet. They want you to know that they are much better looking. We are laughing at them because they do have a great sense of humor, and they do have a great love for the planet and for the success of all of you. And so they are here for anyone who is brave enough to call in the beetle energy. They are here for you. And if you think about it, to be any kind of insect crawling along the ground, or even the insects that can fly, they have to be highly sensitive, yes? Tuned into the earth, tuned into what is going on around them. Their lives depend on it. So if you would like to learn how to be more tuned into your environment and to what is going on around you, the beetle would be a wonderful one to connect to and to find more information on how to work with that energy and to be connected to the earth. Now let's just see if anyone else wanted to say anything. We do seem to want to remind all of you that it is time to be connected in your heart. Be connected in your heart and let that expand. And for right now, we would like everyone to just focus on that heart chakra. And one of the things that you may be able to do throughout your day is to just tap right over your heart. Just to remind yourself and your body to be connected to your heart and to how you are feeling. Your heart is going to be a key part in the next coming months of transmuting and moving through the energy that is coming in. Your heart is going to be a very important frequency to be paying attention to as you move through raising your vibration out of the frequencies of, shall we say, pain and illness. Your heart is a key to a lot of things, and it will be a key to the energy coming in throughout the rest of the year. So we want you all to be very aware of your heart chakra. The exercise that was mentioned earlier with the infinity symbol. Yes, that is a very wonderful exercise indeed, and it will be wonderful if you could move that connection into the heart chakra as you are moving it into Source and into Gaia, and being connected on these beautiful levels. Connect with your high self, connect with your soul, connect with earth, It is a beautiful thing when you bring it all in together. And you may find that if you are experiencing a void, that this may help you to fill in the void, to fill in the loneliness, to fill in the lost feeling. And we do want to say to many of you, if you have felt like you do not know where your path is at this time, what we ask you to do is, some of you have come to completion on your path. Some of you have done the work that you came in here to do, and that is now done. And you are feeling the absence of purpose in your life. If that resonates with you, what we want you to do is we want you to ask for that purpose. We want you to ask for a reassignment, so to speak. Give you a reassignment. What else can I do if you are feeling the need to have purpose in your life again? You may also choose to just stay on vacation mode, and that is okay too. You have already done your work. You have already done everything you came here to do, and now you can just kick back and relax. But we know for some of you that that is not an option. You are here with purpose, and you want to help, and you see so much chaos in the planet right now, and you want to help. So ask for a reassignment, and you will find yourself being led in the right direction, being in the right place at the right time, and hearing the right things that start to inspire you again and start to put the passion back into your path. And so we do ask, though, that you do invite in your galactic councils to show you the way as you raise that vibration and you have access to more and more information. Some of you will be activated in different areas of your frequencies. The auric field that you have around you is carrying a frequency, and that frequency will need adjustments. So ask for those adjustments to happen for you, the downloads, the activations, and start paying attention to the synchronicities in your life as they are leading you to the answers. And some of you are very clairvoyant and can hear those answers right there in your own mind. And we ask you to trust them and to follow them. As long as they are coming in the frequency of love, then they are from us. And they are from your galactic councils. And we do ask you to be mindful that it is a love connection that you are making with that answer that comes in. And yes, the one that we're speaking through says, you might want to tell them who you are. And I am from the Palladian group, from the Palladian Council. And I am here standing with a group of council members that are here in support of the Earth and all of the great new shifts that are coming in. There is much going on the planet right now, and we need all the love we can muster up with everyone that is here. We need to form together. We need to come together as the collective. We need the humans to come together as the collective and come from the heart and see the Earth making it through all of these transitions, both the humankind, the animals, the plants, and the Earth itself. Everything that is part of your system, send love to it and be in that love energy, as that will all help with the shifts that are coming. And I thank you as I step back now. Enjoy the rest of this recording.
Thank you very much.
We are having a lot of fun as there seems to be a large number of beings in this space with us.
Oh my.
Yes, there is more than we had expected. Usually we get one or two groups, but we are feeling many standing around us, and the energy in this room is quite big. Let's go ahead and move on to the questions that you had at this time, as it feels everyone is pleased with the information that has come through, and they are all standing here and supporting of this particular recording and holding the space and the love for the planet as they are asking everyone to do that with them. And you can continue to listen to this recording as you're holding space of love. And we know you can, because you are wonderful multitaskers. And we want you to practice holding space for love and the planet and everything that belongs to this particular world of yours while you're doing other things. It is a good practice to just stay in this energy. So that is your challenge today. Keep listening to what we have to say and keep holding the frequency of love for everything and love for all, especially those who you have the hardest time sending it to, because they are the ones that need it the most. Okay. What
All
are
right.
your questions,
All
Jason?
right. I'll try to start from the beginning, but I will come back to this one first. And you mentioned holding the space for love. Do you have any tips and advice on how someone can hold a space for love?
Mm. Well, that was interesting, as it was my first time to come into this physical body, as it was the first time for her to receive me into this physical body. Yes. Holding space for love. It is a tricky thing in a duality planet. It is important, and right now what we want to do is we want to work with all of you to move this energy into your auric field. We want to, for those who are ready, only those who say yes. If you are listening to this and you say, yes, I am ready and I am open to have my frequency changed so that I can step into this love vibration even better, then what I will do is I will send in a code for your DNA, for your cellular structure, for your frequencies that you are emanating out of your own body, so that you may hold this space of love. It will be in the heart chakra, and it will continue to sound weird, just like it is right now. We want you to imagine that you are bringing in the new frequency through the top of your head. You don't really have to imagine it. You may feel the pressure at the top of your head. And we do want you to know that if you are saying no, then we do honor that. And there are even some souls out there who are ready to receive this frequency that are not listening to the show. And what we find very fascinating is on the cellular level, on the soul level, they are receiving the energy. We just thought we would share that because we can see it happening. And it has already started to happen. So many of you have already said yes. And we are seeing this beautiful light moving down through the body and down into the cells of the body. And then what we want you to do is we want you to listen to the light language that is coming through. The words will not mean anything. They are sounds. They are sounds that are adjusting the frequency of your auric field so that you will be more in the frequency field that will attract things to you that will help you hold that love frequency. And what we say to you is, we hope you are all opening up to this, because what helps you to stay in love frequency better than good news and happy things happening? Yes. And so let's get that frequency activated within everyone who is ready to listen. There are some of you where we need to do a little clearing of the energy first, as most of those frequencies went in, but there was some that were just not feeling worthy yet of receiving such a shift in their energetic field. They're holding some old wounded energy, some energy from childhood, some energy from bad relationships, some energy even from past lives. And so we want to call in each and every council of all of those who are willing to allow this to happen. And the councils we want you to go through, and we want you to remove the energy and the cords with permission from each and every one of you. And what we say to you right now is, if you give permission, you need to say yes out loud. You need to say yes, please, and let them move that energy off of you. And they will remove it off of you. There are some of you that are really carrying a lot of that in the lower back. So if you've been feeling lower back pain, that is possibly what is bringing it in. And we want you to just focus on any area of your body that you have been carrying pain, whether it be shoulders, whether it be wrists, hands, elbows, whatever, the neck, any of it. Just focus on the areas where you are holding pain in the body and say, yes, please, for each and every spot. And we know that that is tedious, but that is what your helpers need to hear from you in order to remove it. And they need you to go the neck, yes, shoulder, yes, and so on. Lower back, yes, upper back, yes, whatever it is. We want you to say it out loud, and we want you to say yes. And they will They will remove that out of your energetic field. They will move this very freely out of your physical body, and be ready and be open to receiving that healing today. There are many of you that are experiencing some energetic blocks in the right side of the body, in the right leg, in the right knee, and possibly also in the foot and the arch. They need permission to remove that energy, as it is keeping you from moving forward. There are many of you that will, especially light workers, that have been feeling like they have been in that area of their path where they don't know where they are supposed to go now because they are complete with their mission. You are feeling stuck, and that is the right side of the body, the right leg. And so we are moving that energy off of you to help you when you call in that new assignment. It should be able to move forward with that quite easily. Once this energy is removed, you'll quit finding all the obstacles that will keep you from it. You know what we mean. Oh, I would really like to do XYZ, but, and we want to take the but out of your story. And so let's let that happen. Everybody release. We want to say it. We're going to say it. Release the but.
Release.
Release the but. Okay.
Release the but.
We like it. And so as we have moved you guys all into this new frequency, we want to say, how do you feel? How do you feel? And wouldn't it be fun to just keep bringing this energy up and up and up and up? And when you get around your friends, just bring them up there with you. Bring them up and up and up. Even the ones that are trying to tell you their woe's me story. Maybe they need this video. Maybe you should pass that on. Maybe they think you're crazy when you pass it on, and they start watching the crazy lady who speaks funny. But that is okay, because they're going to hear what they need to hear. And so are you. And you are going to receive this. And you are going to graciously heal and move yourself into that love frequency. And are you feeling the love now? Can you feel it move in? Can you feel yourself opening up and letting go of all those walls that were keeping you from this expansion? All of the ego stuff that was saying, no, that's not for you. All of the wounds that were saying, love hurts. Love hurts. That one rang true for somebody. We say somebody, we see everyone raise their hand. Yes, love has hurt everybody somewhere in the past. And so let's release that into source energy. Let's let that go. Let's let that story unwind from your body. Don't need to carry that one anymore. And just let it go. And just start to open your heart to receive everybody where they are at. And maybe these people are close to you, and maybe they say something that hurts your feelings, and maybe they say something that makes you feel bad. And we say to you, just receive them where they are at and continue to experience your love and your expansion, and get rid of the story that love hurts, because that had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with you at all. It is where they are at. And so when you can start to anchor that in, that it is nothing to do with you, you are pure love and pure, just absolute beauty. And whatever somebody else is doing has nothing to do with you. So do not take it personally. And we know that it's hard sometimes when you really, really love somebody and they are doing something or saying something that does not reflect that back to you. We ask you to have patience with them, because there is only one way for them to release their shadow at this time, and that is to project it out. They are not where you are, and you are in their life because you are bringing them a frequency that they need right now. They are starving for it, and you are bringing it to them. So please remember that, and just keep sending them love, and keep anchoring that in for them. And we know that this is ringing true for a lot of you, and it can be hard to continue to show up for somebody that is not being so kind back. And we say to you, just maybe you do not have to make contact with them in a physical reality, but please still on the energetic level, send them love, send them peace, and send them healing. And together we can make this world a beautiful place and bring everybody into this magic, into this world, and we can get them all to release their butts. That's going to be our thing today. Release your butt. Okay. And we're going to get you back with Daniel, as we have appreciated you letting us come in and share this healing with you.
May I ask who is speaking?
Oh, that is a good question, isn't it? We would like to share with you that this is the group with the Syrian energy, with the Orion councils, and we speak for many, and we are not just one as we come through. That is why the energy was so rough coming in. There was multiples of us, but there is one voice. And so what we want you to know is that we have a collective mind, and we were able to come together as a group of several different beings. So we do have the Mantis being, we have the Syrian, we have the Orion Council, we have the Lyrans, we have the Palladians over here to the left, and we have the Octurians over here to the right, who we came in as a very mass group to bring this message of love to all of you and everyone. There are other groups as well. They're back there waving behind us. And what we want to say to you, though, all of you, is whatever group you resonate with, they are all part of this collective of councils that are here to help raise this frequency for everyone. And we are representing that group. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Hopefully you got your answer for love.
And I think so. For holding the space for love. Earlier you mentioned tapping on your heart. When you tap like that on your heart, what does that do? What is that for?
It is to remind you that you need to be in your heart energy. And it is when you tap on that space there, it sends you have the meridian lines, much like the earth has its grid as well. Everyone has their meridians, and this is an activating point. And so you can activate through tapping that spot on the heart. And it reminds the body to go to the heart. It reminds the mind to go to the heart. And it actually, as we say that, we are seeing it also connects, we see that infinity symbol again, just like you're connecting source with earth, you're connecting your mind with your heart, with your feelings, with your emotional, with your mental.
Thank you. And this leads to my next question. You just mentioned the infinity symbol. It kind of reminds you of an 8. And you said that the bottom part goes to the earth and the other part goes up. So how far down into the earth and how far up? Or does it matter?
It does not matter, because some may even just keep it within their own physical body. It's the intention that you are setting with it, to connect with source, to connect with higher self, to connect with Mother Earth, connect with lower self. Just like we were saying, it is in the Gaia, the Mother Earth, is such a beautiful energy. And when this one that we speak through does this, she brings that energy way up high, and then brings it back down and goes way down into the core of the earth, into the center, and wraps around and comes back up. And so each and every individual will know their own pattern of what it is that they feel most comfortable with, or what feels right to them. And so it is more about the intention to make this connection and to keep this balance than it is about what that might look like as far as where do you find source, because source is everywhere. You are our source. And so we know that in the minds of the humans, it is easiest to think of heaven as above and earth as below. And so that is why we use that reference.
Thank you. And do you have any more tips or advice on how to connect more to the earth? That was my first question during this video.
And we say to you, you want to connect with the earth right now. You want to connect with her, because the energy that is being pulsated into the earth right now is being pulsated in there through the collective of light workers that have volunteered to bring in this frequency, and they are putting it into the earth. And then it is going into the earth, and then it is rising up. Sorry, we connected with that energy and it surprised the one we speak through. Connect. You can just go out and you can touch the earth. You can set the intention as you sit in your chair right now and just feel yourself going into the earth energy. Just take your energy and bring it down into that Mother Earth. But the frequencies that are waiting for you, they're very soothing and they're very healing, and they are able to transmute energy that is no longer serving you. If you have troubles, if you have worries, if you have, any fears, any anger, any unwanted, unnecessary things going on for you, you can just stand there in Mother Earth, and even if you are unable to touch dirt and soil and grass and whatever it may be with your bare feet, you can still set the intention. You could be in a skyrise building watching this right now, and you can just sit there knowing that you are way up in the air, and yet you can still connect to that energy of the earth, because there is no separation. You are part of that earth. You are part of the air you breathe. You are part of that heaven that you are connecting to as well. You are everything. You are the bird that is chirping. You are the ant that is crawling. You are the water that is running down the stream. And so it is so easy to just connect with this earth and ask for that healing energy, that soothing energy that is being very massively moved into the earth right now, and just feel it come up. And maybe you see a color, or maybe you feel a certain way, but you can feel it moving through the bones of your body, moving up through the bones, the muscles, through the veins, through the tendons, through the joints, through the organs, through everything, every part of you. And just bringing in relief and calm and that sensation of being supported and taken care of. Your mother is here, and she is here to take care of you. And in every moment you have been taken care of. That is why you are still here listening. That is why you are able to join us on this occasion, because you have been taken care of, and you will be taken care of, and you are being nurtured and loved and supported. And that is what we all want you to see. We want you to get out of the illusion and step into some of this energy that shows you that you are loved, that you are supported. Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Wonderful.
All right. Next question would deal with, I know we talked about this in the past, but this would be for anybody that's new watching this video. Earlier you mentioned to raise your vibration. Do you have any tips or advice for anyone new that's watching this on how to raise your vibration?
Well, if the silly antics of the one we speak through, the way we have made her act and behave today, has not made you laugh and move that vibration up, then we say go find something that makes you feel good. Whether it to be music that you like to dance to, or going out and working out and running and moving your body, to listening to something maybe soft and relaxing, maybe doing a meditation, maybe doing yoga, maybe just sitting in prayer. Prayer is such a powerful thing. And so many have lost that beautiful art of prayer, or have been misinformed as to how prayer works. Do not pray as if you are desperate for something, but pray as if you are grateful for the outcome you desire. Pray as if it has already happened and you are holding gratitude. Gratitude, there's a delicious way to raise your vibration. Bring the gratitude in, bring it in through the core of who you are. I am so thankful for the air I breathe. I am so thankful for the chair I'm sitting in. Who's thankful for indoor plumbing? Yes. Be grateful for it all. Yes, and just find that gratitude. There's so many ways to raise your vibration. Spend time with friends that you enjoy. Spend time doing something that makes you laugh. Maybe you're an artist, and your connecting point is when you are doing your art, rather that be painting or creating or building or drawing or writing, whatever it is. Do the thing you love. Do the thing you love, or be with the people you love. And that will help you raise your vibration. We do say to you that sometimes the vibration can also be raised if you are doing things to take care of your body. Go get a massage. Go get one of those things with the feet, the pedicure thing. Go get some energy work done on you. And go maybe take a sea salt bath, or maybe you go for a swim. Do something to take care of your body. Let it rest. Maybe you need a nap. All of these ways are beautiful ways, and maybe some people would like to join in their comments on this video and share ways that they bring their vibration up. We know that there are lots and lots and many ways, and for each individual, it can be different. So please feel free to share that.
So in a way, it's a way of what are some of the things that you do to treat yourself to make you feel better.
Yes. Yes. Find that thing that makes you smile and do more of that.
Okay. Leave a comment below, of suggestions or what do you do to raise your vibrations to treat yourself.
Yeah.
Next question will be, you mentioned reassignments for those that want something else to do and they felt like they already walked their path already and you're looking for something else to do. What kind of advice do you have for reassignments for, like, if they wanted to do something else, something more?
The reassignments are very much individual to the person, but a lot of people are being reassigned now to raise their vibration up into the levels of bringing in their own channels. We have been asking a lot of people to start writing. We need more books. We need more uplifting things. Rather, you are inspiring people through doing your writing or doing videos like this one, or doing activities that are reaching out to people that wouldn't normally hear or participate in some of these types of networking. Maybe they're not ready to hear of a collective consciousness. Maybe they're not ready to hear of a new earth. And maybe they are scared of that because of what it is that is going on in their life, or what it is that they have learned through whatever establishment they are learning it through. There are a lot of different assignments where the first wave of volunteers, so to speak, that's how this one knows how to refer to them, the first wave of volunteers, like Dolores Cannon has spoke of. Ooh, we like her energy. The first wave of volunteers that come through with this, a majority of them have completed their task, and now they are being asked to move into their next assignment of channeling, light language, love, new modalities of healing, a new adventure of reaching out again to those who are we don't want to say unreachable. What do we want to say? The ones that are still asleep, the ones that have not quite let that seed take yet. And that is the new movement for the first wave, is that it is reaching those who have not been reached yet. It is moving that information out into a more public forum. We have many who are learning the next level of energy work. You have a large mass of people who do the Reiki energy and some of the other stuff, the reconnective energy, the Bowen work, we don't know all the names of them. There are many different energy works. And we are saying to you that there is a next level of activation for the energy work. You have taken that particular format as far as you have been able to, and now look for the teachers that are teaching the next level up. That is the ones that you want to go to, the ones that are teaching something just a little bit different, and they are teaching people to, what do we want to say? We activated one the other day, and what we had her visualize is as she had this person on her table, and this may help some, that is why we are saying it right now, it may help some of you who work with energy. In your mind's eye, see them raise up out of their body. And then below them, you see one version of them. And then above, you see a more high frequency, high vibration version of them. One that is up out of pain, one that is raised up out of their illness, whatever it may be. And keep them raised up in your mind while you take this lower version that is still holding the illness, and you dissolve that illness, you dissolve that frequency. Rather, you use color frequencies to do it, intention to do it. You call in your team, you call in your your councils to come in and rally around, and you call in the councils of those, the ones you are working on, and they rally around, and everyone sets the intention to release this frequency of illness, release this frequency of disease, release the frequency of whatever it is that is of lower vibration, whether it be anger, pain, whatever it is. And then you see that in your mind's eye being dissolved by the energy and being transmuted and turned into love and light. Then you can take them and lower them back down into their body. And that is one way to start working with this newer frequency. Some of you already do this, we do know that. And you will be asking for a new level of frequency to come in when you are working on these people. Much like when we had you play with the ball of light and the ball of energy, and you put your energy into that, and blah, blah, blah. They're going to be, we want you to pay attention to what comes in for you to do. We do not want you to feel like you have to have such a structure. It has to be like this. My hands have to be here and here and here for this long and this long and this long. Start listening to your own intuition, your own guidance as to what to do with the energy. Maybe you need to make a noise. Maybe you need to make a frequency, a hum, a sound, a whistle. Maybe you need to say a word. You need to listen, and you need to bring that in. And that is one of the ways that you can raise somebody's vibration up, work with other people. That is one of the assignments that's going out to people. A lot of people are working with the mantis beings right now. A lot of the first wavers are really being called to work with the mantis beings, and that is so that they can open up your telepathy, they can open up your frequencies to a higher intuition level, and you are being downloaded with information so that you may share that information, so you may give readings to people or intuitive insights to people. You'll know exactly what to say and when to say it and how to say it. You will carry that frequency into a room, and you will activate those who are ready. And we have talked about that before as well. But many, many, many of the first wave are working with the mantis beings right now. And so ask, if you feel like that is you and you are resonating with that, ask your mantis being, what is it that you can work with me on right now to sharpen the third eye, to sharpen my telepathy, and to work with people. There are a lot of people out there that are doing practices much like your QHHT, where you are working with people to bring them into their higher selves, and that is another calling for the first wavers. So hopefully we have given you some examples, but again, there are many, many different avenues. A lot of first wavers are also being called to find land and property and start farming and being self-sufficient so that they may teach others how to do the same, and to learn to live off of the land and be independent in that way. So we could probably go on and on and on. Many, many, many ways that you can be called to service again. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, thank you. That's a very good answer.
Thank you.
And I left this question for last, and this kind of deals with the infinity symbol as well. But you mentioned to raise your vibration, to bring in, so you're able to connect to new friends. Do you have any examples of what type of new friends you raise your vibration?
Well, we have a collective of them right behind us today. We would like to know if anyone in their mind's eye can see the collective behind the chair. But yes, your new friends could be incarnated beings that, much like yourself, had volunteered to come into this life and are having the human experience and doing this on the ground level. You will find yourself being drawn to more and more of them, like-minded people, finding your community, finding your connection. But you can also find that connection, just like Tracie speaks to Daniel, just like she speaks to all of us. You can find your connections like that as well. And you can find yourself having beautiful, beautiful visits on different planets, on different realms and realities, and not limiting yourself so much anymore. You are not limited to the physical body that you are currently residing in. Your mind is a very vast and amazing thing. And the more you start to use it, the more it expands. And the more it expands, the more you're going to want to use it. So we say, let that happen. Let the expansion begin. Let your minds wander. let yourself go into a place of creativity and find these friendships, so to speak, these connections, and let them inspire you in your physical reality. You will find that things will change in miraculous ways. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you. So I guess the new friends can be a variety of different things.
Yes, do not limit that. It can be a very big variety. It could even be a new kitty cat or a new dog. It could be anything.
I understand. Okay. Do you have anything else for the YouTube Collective by any chance? If not, we can change subjects just a little bit.
We think at this time we have given them quite a lot. So we will let them integrate that. We do want to say that we are experiencing right now, as you were speaking to us, a lot of the yellow light, a lot of the yellow frequency coming in. And we want everyone to just take a moment to imagine yellow being all around them as it is an activating frequency at this time, bringing in some new information. And we call it in the highest, the best good, of course. And if you are ready for that activation of that download of information, for each of you, it will be different. It will be whatever you are ready for at this time. And we see it as being a yellow in color. So we will invite you to do that. And other than that, we will let you move forward.
Okay. Next question. This is a change of subject, but this deals with in August, we're going to be going to Mount Adams for a sky watch. And my question kind of deals with what makes that area so special. Do you see anything on your side that makes that so special?
We love looking at this as there is much to see there if you are ready to see it. We know that you will be looking up in the sky and watching for the ships to go in and out of the mountain. And we say to you that is happening, and that is going to be very hard to see the ones that are closer to you as they are cloaked. Yes, they are cloaked, and you won't know the difference between them and the sky. And so I want you to go off with how it feels. We want everyone that attends this and that is seeing this and does their own sky watch in their own backyard. Some of these ships are closer to you than you think.
Interesting.
We want you to pay attention to how you feel. When you are inside of a house, you can feel that there is a roof over top of you, yes? And then when you go outside, you feel it wide open, yeah?
Yes.
If not, we want you to practice that feeling. Go inside and close your eyes and feel the roof over your head. And then go outside and feel the open and vastness. Because this is the feeling that you are going to be looking for when you are in Mount Adams. You are going to be looking for, ooh, why does it feel like there's a roof over my head right now? And that is telling you there is a ship there. One of the other things we want you to be very aware of is the nature beings around you. There will be very, very many because they like the energy of that ranch. And what we have shown this one before in a QHHT session is that ranch is actually a very special fairy garden. It is a fairy realm, and there is a lot of activity going on in that ranch, in that space that is provided there that is very sacred to the fairies. And so we want you to tune into the energy of the fairies as well. There is the energy of the Bigfoot. That is true. You will hear James talk of the Bigfoot, and it is true. They are there. They may be closer than you think as well. And we see we do see that there, during the time that you will be attending, there will be, we want to make sure we are saying this right. It's not a gateway. It is We are asking, what are you showing us? Because what we are seeing is a beam of light that is coming down. It is going to be over in the area where they set up the chairs for the Skywatch. And it is going to be on the north end of that. And there is this beam of light that is coming in. And we feel like if you cross through that beam, there will be, we think it is information. We think that you will be, we don't think you're going to be abducted. We don't think you're going to be downloaded with anything that anyone else has not been downloaded with, but you may feel yourself move through that energy. It is like they are putting it there to see who will notice, to see who is ready to notice that energy. So it is kind of, we feel like it is kind of a test to see where you are at with your energy.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it's a test to see what happens.
Yes, to see if you notice. So it is put there to see if you notice it. If you could stand there, if you figure out where it is and you stand there in the energy, you will feel your vibration be lifted very, very high. They're going to give you a little tip. It isn't very far from where James's home sits. He has his own home, and it will be sitting maybe 20 paces in front of that towards the field that you watch the alien ships moving around. Yes. We want you to look for this. We want you to look for this energetic space.
Will do.
Did you have other questions about that time that you'll be spending there?
No, I think that was it for that. So it sounds like there's going to be some interesting stuff that goes on over there.
Yes, we will do our best to draw your attention.
I appreciate that. Is there any other places that is similar to that you recommend? Is there any other locations that had the same type of energy that's similar?
There are many places all around the world. You spoke of one earlier with Tracie about the Mount Shasta. That is definitely one that a lot of people frequent for the same reasons. There is a lot of activity there. There's a lot of energy there. It is very much connected, the two mountains on the Pacific coastline, that side of where you live. They are very much connected. There are, yes, other locations, Japan, China, Thailand, Mexico. There are a couple in Mexico. Brazil has a few. We are going to go up north. We could do this all day. There are locations all over. So if you feel the sacred site pull you, if you feel a mountain pull at you, one of the things that people don't know as well is that there is dragon energy within some of these mountains.
That's interesting.
And we call them the sleeping dragons. And some of those dragons have been awakened, and they are now, their energy is now awake within these mountains. So you might be able to feel the awakened dragon as you drive by, walk by, move through these energies. You might be very aware that something shifted within yourself. And that's why we say, don't just look up and look outside of yourself. Pay attention to how you are feeling. And that goes for wherever you are and whenever you are, because it is much like what we were saying, where they will put that beam of light there for you. And if you can find it, if you find yourself drawn to it, or you feel that frequency change as you walk through it, then you could go stand in that energy and it'll raise your vibration. And you are being tested like that always. They can put those beams of light anywhere. You will not see it with the physical eye. Not as of yet. Yes, you will not see it with the physical eye. You will feel it with your body. You'll feel it with your aura. And that is where the mantis will be working with you as well. They are working with people to feel the energy as it enters their aura, to be more sensitive to that, to know which ones You know, if you have a negative energy coming into that auric field, right away you will feel, oh, I don't want this one, and you will create a resisting force that will keep it out. And so that you can keep your physical body at the frequency of love, because that is what we talked about earlier. That is the adjustment that was made, yes? And so you will be able to withhold that energy of happiness, of love, and of joy more consistently as you are moving through your day, because you will be able to sense energy that is not conductive to what you are maintaining, and you will be able to resist it, versus the old version of you that went, oh, you're sad, let me hold that for you. Instead, you'll say, oh, you're sad, let me support you from here. You are still giving the person the same amount of support. You are just not siphoning that energy and pulling it into yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you could take on their energy.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So hopefully that answered your question with the other areas of the world. There are many places that you could go, and there are many that are already out there, public knowledge to.
Yes.
Yes. And so it would not take you long to find other wonderful places to have these experiences at.
Okay. Let's see. Mount Shasta, you mentioned that location. Do you have any information on what makes that one special?
We are assuming you mean which beings go in and out of there, but we don't want to misanswer you. So is that what you were asking?
We can go with that. That's a better answer than what I would have thought of or think of.
There is a lot of cloaking that goes on these mountains that are the entry and exit points of these vehicles or vessels that come and go. You have been under a lot of monitoring, a lot of surveillance, and these mountains, these volcanoes they're providing a place of entry into the inner earth. Many of you know that there are civilizations within the earth, and this is how they get in and out of them, as they are galactic beings that are traveling throughout the galaxy. They do come and go, and we feel that there are probably 4 or 5 different groups that go in and out of Mount Shasta. One of the groups is the Palladian group. One of them is there is some Syrian energy that we are sensing as well. And we want to say the Ashtar, the Andromedan, we do not know what you are called. The little, we see these little ones. I think we may have referred to them before. They are maybe 2.5 to 3 feet tall. They are very skinny little beings, and they very wise, but very, very much quiet. They make a little noise, but they communicate through their telepathy.
Similar to the Greys, or is that similar to them, or is that completely different?
The Greys are different.
Okay.
These would be, we do not know how to describe them. They are very fun. They are very lighthearted. They enjoy helping the fairies, and this little group does. They enjoy helping the fairies, and they help with the nature, and they help with that realm, and they are here to. They are not here for the humans. They are here for the other realm. The fairy realm is very close to the human realm, and they are very much a part of the ascension process. They are very much helping to work with raising the frequency of the planet and of the earth itself. And these little beings are here to help the fairy realm to raise that frequency up, even though they are separate, just like these galactic groups are separate from the humans, but they are here to help. This little group is separate from the fairies, but they are here to help the fairies. And they have They have little fingers with little suction cups at the end of them, almost like a frog.
Oh, okay.
And they have kind of, maybe like a cute little tree frog would be a good example of how their fingers and their little arms, but they have more of a torso body like a human and a rounder face and little round eyes. And they have a little mouth, and they can make noise, but they tend to not make noise.
What color are they?
They're kind of like a chameleon. They can change the colors. They kind of go from a darker charcoaly color, or they can go change the shades all the way up to what we see as in this mind as maybe green. And we're asking if they have other colors. There is some orange that they can change into different shades of orange as well. And so we do not know if they can do other colors, but it is much like a chameleon, so that they can blend in, or they can be very hidden. They're very easily cloaking themselves. They can even, they are showing us, they can even make themselves invisible. They said that they will come out and play when we are at Mount Adams.
I'm sure.
So if you feel yourself being touched and you cannot find the thing that is touching you, I would say that they are probably messing with you.
Interesting. You mentioned the fairy realm, and this was kind of a question that Tracie was bringing up, but why is the fairy realm so close to the human realm? Like she was saying that they were playing a certain part with the 5D Earth, and what is the connection between the two?
The fairy realm is one of the realms that has been called in the closest. So even though they would be considered much like we are an ET realm, because of people are able to connect with the fairies, they are the closest frequency to the humans, and they are able to connect with them. So over the years and years, people have imagined the fairies, have told stories of fairies, and have told stories of these fairy tale lands with the unicorns and the wizards, and to move into that. And so it is much like some of those cartoons with Santa Claus. It's like you have to believe, maybe it's Peter Pan, we do not know, but you believe in order to create, right? And so as more and more people believe that there are fairies, it is making that realm one of the stronger realms that is able to come in and be of influence to raise this vibration up, this frequency up. So as more and more people are thinking about the fairies and the fairy gardens, and now you see fairies everywhere, little knick-knack fairies and that fairies. And so people are starting to recognize them as being a very common thing, is not necessarily throwing their doubt out there anymore. You hear a lot more people reference the fairies now than maybe you did 20, 30 years ago. And so what is happening is more and more people are believing in the fairies, more and more people are accepting of that, and that is bringing the realms even closer. And so that is giving the fairies more access to help move people out of their moods, so to speak, and bring the energy up, and so they can be more playful and buzz around and actually get their attention, and let them know that they are not alone. And that has been very helpful, and that is why it is one of the closest realms and one of the ones that is most involved with bringing energy up into the fifth dimension through the third dimension.
As we raise our vibration and we go more into the 5D Earth, are we able to see the fairy realm more? Is that what's going to happen, or is the fairy realm going to be more separate, or still be separate, I should say?
We say that there are already some out there that see the fairy realm, and some of those are listening. And if you are brave enough to let us know you see the fairies, or that you are very connected to the fairies, and whatever story you might have, we would love to hear that as well. But yes, you will. The fifth dimension and the fairy realm will be very much so connected. We do feel like that is something that could materialize as two worlds living together. There will also be the acceptance of other galactic beings that will be joining in the fifth dimensional reality. So fairies are not the only things, the new beings that you will be seeing. You will be seeing other galactic beings as well. There will be more collective gatherings on these levels, more understanding of the bigger picture, so to speak, of the how this all works and how it all plays together for everyone.
Another question that just came to mind with the fairy realm. In the past, well, probably way in the past, was the human realm and the fairy realm once connected at one time? And then what happened to separate the two?
That is a good question. Some of you may be able to hear the dog chewing on the bone in the background. We are finding that to be quite hilarious. Okay, let us look at this question for you. You were the humans and the fairies once together, and we say to you that there were parts of the world that is true. That is very true, and it is still true in parts of the world where some are able to interact with the fairies in a more easily and conscious level than others. Yes, we want to say yes, that these realms did coexist at one time, and that there was a shift in the ego. There was a shift in. We also want to remind everyone that there are multiple versions of the Earth that play out, and so not every timeline held this answer. But there were timelines that held this answer, and that there was a time when astrologically things were happening, much like you guys go through this Mercury retrograde that everybody goes, oh, yes. There was a time in history where there was something astrologically going on that was putting a lot of pressure on the humankind, and a lot of anger and a lot of fighting broke out, and that is when the two realms split. And the fairies were not able to be in that frequency. They had to be separated from that. And again, that is not every timeline, but that is one that we are seeing right now. We are seeing that there was multiple versions, and there is still a timeline where the two worlds are still coexisting. So there are many answers to that question.
I understand. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add? Or do we touch base on everything at this moment?
I feel like there is so much information now to integrate that we might just leave you at that, but we do want to say, as we look over the audience, the listeners, there is so much beauty in your hearts. There is so much love to be given. And all of you deserve to have that love returned to you. You are all worthy of the dreams that you are putting out there into your worlds and into your reality. And we want each and every one of you to just step into that power of who you are. Step into your power and allow for your true self to surface, and allow for yourself to receive, because it is your turn. It is your turn. Your time is now. What is the words we want to say? Take the authority over your life and claim that which you want, that which you desire. Claim it. Claim it as yours. And use that with great authority. This is what I want. Now, remember, you cannot claim another person. But if you want success, claim it. If you want to have beautiful riches in your life, and you would desire that, then we say claim it. But do it all in love. Do not get attached to anything. That would be your downfall. If you are attached to it, then you may find that in the 5D it will be stripped away. If you are allowing to be in the flow of it, and allowing to be in the beauty of it, and allowing to be in relationship, and allowing to be in abundance, and be taken care of, and be in that frequency, you will find more of that which you would like to create is coming to you. So be in the beauty of who you are. Stand in the authority of claiming your unique, beautiful personality, who you came here to be. That is our biggest thing. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are listened to. Know that you are loved. Know that you are valued. It is a beautiful thing. And when you join the collective consciousness, we have said this before, it is that individuality that makes you perfect. And it will be embraced and loved in that place. And that is all we really have for you today, Trace.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank everyone for being here. Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah. That one had some hot moments. I was like, oh, lots of energy coming through.
I bet.
Yeah.
Especially with all those consoles and Orion and Palladian, all those other consoles behind you.
Yeah, there was a lot of, now I'm still talking to like them. Yeah, it was like there was no wall there. I would look and there would just be like this, almost like this space, and they're all just standing there. And yeah, so they must all be getting really excited about something that's happening because they're all here to join the show. But that was kind of cool to have them come in.
Yeah, I didn't even have to ask that many questions to get something going.
So yeah, I guess if we took too long to come to the next one, they're like, come on, we got lots of things to say. So yeah.
Yeah, I was like, right. Oh, I was like, oh, that's a good question too. Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, and that heart energy was kind of cool. You were asking about the tapping on the heart, and when they were doing that over my heart, that's when in my mind what I could just see is, if the heart's like this, it was just opening up, and it was kind of doing this thing where it was doing, it's like a flower blooming, and then it would do it again, and instead of just being like that. So so that was kind of cool. I can see why they were saying tap. It's kind of like it wakes up that chakra. So you could also tap the breastbone here, I think, but they were doing the heart. So
yeah,
cool.
So it like helps move the energy and flow energy into the heart.
Yep. It's just like when we're in doing the ascension sessions, there's a lot of times where if they're working on a certain area, like if they were working on a shoulder, then they're going to make you wiggle that shoulder. They've done it before in these where you got to wiggle. It shakes the energy up and it moves it so that they can, and then they come in and they grab it and they take off with it. So yeah, so that's just another way to move the energy, get it out of the way, not let it be stagnant. So yeah, a lot of energy. Boy, when that group council thing came in, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you like you jumped out the chair. You're like,
well, I could feel them coming, and I thought, what are you guys going to do? Because I felt like I was going to actually stand up, and I was sitting there thinking, who's trying to come in? And I was in resistance to letting them come in. So it was like I felt like I was going to jump out of my chair, and then they come in, and sure enough, a lot of energy. There was one point where there was so much energy, my stomach muscles were just like, wow. I was like, this is a good workout. Let that happen. Go ahead. But
who needs 6 hours abs or 15 minutes?
Right. Yeah. While you're releasing the butt, flex the abs. So, yeah. But no, that was good energy tonight. It was a lot of energy. I wish I could draw because those little beings that are working with the fairy realm, they're cute. Yeah.
So Mount Adams seems like it's going to be some interesting stuff.
Oh my gosh. You have to remind me because I forget these things. Like you'll be like, hey, remember that light? Where's it going to be? I will be like, I don't remember. So remind me that they showed me where the light's going to be, where that beam of light is.
By the chairs or something like that, the walkway.
Yeah. I mean, I could draw probably, well, if we pulled up their map, I could probably show you where it's at. So we'll do that.
That'd be fun. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to walk around there and see if we can feel it. Because even they were trying to figure out what's that beam of light. And then, I see what they're doing with you.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, one of my questions, I'm like, it sounds like we're not going to be able to see it. So, and then sure enough, they answered my question that we're not going to be able to see it, just feel it. So,
Feel it. Yeah, because they got to cloak it. Um,
yeah, it might scare a few people.
yeah, it actually felt like it's going to be pretty low. Like we would be able to feel that energy. If we're paying attention, we'll be able to feel it because it's probably not going to be too much taller than maybe a 2 or 3 story building, So they're going to come in pretty low, is my understanding. So we're going to have to be paying attention because it's not going to make noise and it's going to look like the sky. And
Right.
so we're going to have to pay attention to how we feel.
Nice. Nice. That's exciting stuff.
Like, okay, make that happen. There were some other inner earth beings, but because I don't have a lot of knowledge of all the different names, that's where they struggle with me. And they did ask me to go learn some more of the names of the different beings, but I wouldn't be surprised if like the avian, there's a lot of like bird tribes
Yeah, I
and
mentioned QHHT or the other hypnosis sessions, and they mentioned
bird tribes. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of bird tribes. There's definitely, just like they brought in that beetle, that was very interesting energy. But it made so much sense about how they would be sensitive to the earth energy. I was like, well, duh, of course they would. Um, but there's probably a lot of those types of beings that would be in the inner earth as well. And so I have a feeling that, we get told of the ones that visually are pleasing. so so we're not being so much told about the ones that might look scary to us,
Right,
even if their energy is fabulous and they're just here purely out of love and wanting to help. If they look scary to us, then that's not helping anyone. So I think we only hear about the ones that are pretty, like the Palladians and the ones that look more human.
right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I do have a question for the audience. If for Mount Adams, have you been to Mount Adams or similar events like this? And to let us know so we can do some research on other places like this. And because in the future, we'll like to have like a gathering,
Yeah.
you know, so like an official gathering and get
Yeah.
people
That's like
there
our
together.
unofficial East branch. We'll do like a workshop or
Hmm.
we'll plan fun things to do and some.
So if you think that's a good idea and you're interested, leave a comment below, and then also recommendations of places so we can look into something in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very fun.
yeah,
I
because it
like it.
sounds like a lot of interesting things is happening.
Yeah, there's been a shift in some of the sessions going on and um, just kind of the level of stuff that's like the level of energy that comes in for the people that are having ascension sessions. Um, so it's been kind of a little journey with that too. As we're pulling closer to being out of the Mercury retrograde, I'm seeing it shift from people needing healing to people going back to being activated, and it's like I was getting this on what do you say onslaught of people that were more needing physical healing and emotional healing, which makes so much sense for Mercury retrograde and the lunar eclipse and everything that was going on that was saying, hey, let's just kick up the dirt. And so we're clearing that out. Um, but now that it's kind of shifting and fading into the latter half and completion, I'm noticing that I'm getting people that are coming in that are working with the yellow ray of light, the orange ray of light, the blue ray of light, and kind of more specifically what those are. And I think I posted the yellow ray of light when I did get permission to post that. And I'm hopefully going to get permission to post one that I did today, which talks about another level of beings that as we raise our vibration, we're going to get access to this next level of beings that are going to be able to activate us in remembering. I think we've talked about a lot of this too, where, as we enter the 5D Earth, we're going to be remembering more of how to manipulate energy and
Right.
teleport, do all this stuff. Well, this is the group of beings that are going to do that.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, and I was like, oh, can I share that? And she's like, so we'll see.
Oh, come on.
So we'll see what happens with that. But if nothing else, I'm at least sharing that part of it, that, that is something that is now being shown to us where it wasn't a month ago, and so there is, people are starting to get to that level where they're getting access to at least that information, and hopefully getting to that level where they're getting that activation as well. So.
Right. Should be pretty cool. Interesting stuff.
Very much so. Future, crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't see it being like something we're going to see tomorrow or anything, but I really think 2020 is going to make a big leap of energy. I think astrologically we have an easier year. But I think that, some of the information that's coming in, I think we'll see a whole different world by 2024. We're going to, we'll look back on this and be like, oh my God, remember when we made those videos? So, yeah, and we'll do just that. We'll laugh.
Yes,
So,
yes, I would think so.
yeah, remember when we didn't remember? Yeah. So we're gonna have a lot of fun in a couple of years time, and we're gonna see a lot of change. I think, if you think about all the change that's happened over the years, just in our
Yes,
life
yeah.
alone,
That's
there's a
what I
lot
try
of
to think of, like the changes that, the past 5 years,
yeah,
you
and
know.
there is a lot of hidden technology that we're not being told about, that um, that's stuff that it could all come out, and within a very short amount of time, our entire lives could change with the technology being released. So, so let's all hope for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be interesting. That would make a big difference.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that would be a life changer for everyone.
yeah, and then even though they have the great stuff hidden from us, but I noticed little bits of information is coming out, like how they're experimenting with different things and how they were a success with this thing, but it's like small little projects, and it's
Yeah,
like
making it sound like they're just discovering it.
right. They just opening the door just a little bit, you
Yep.
know, like,
Yeah.
hey, look what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, for years we've heard about the cell phones that you can fold in half or fold open, and then you got the bigger screen.
Yeah.
I've heard about those for probably the last 3 years, and now they're finally putting them on the market somewhere. I saw an advertisement for it the other day, and I was thinking, dude, we've heard about those. Like, that was in disclosure stuff a couple of years back, like probably 3-4 years ago. So, they've had that technology forever. They're just leaking it out so they can make the money. And if that's just now getting out, imagine what they have already created beyond that. So yeah,
Yes.
our technology is not any reflection of what we could have. So
Yes. Absolutely. The infinity symbol, did you have anything with that? Like the energy, like did they show you anything with the
they
energy
use it.
moving
They
in
use
an
it in
eight?
just about every ascension session. They like that infinity symbol. So there must be something to it, because they're always having people connect that loop, and they're the connecting point of that loop. Usually they have them connected at the solar plexus, but today it was the heart chakra. So that, again, interesting that they did it that way instead of through the solar plexus. But they use it a lot, and every time we do it, like even today when they were doing that, it just really, I find myself get calm and grounded, and um, and then it's just kind of like everything starts flowing so much easier once everybody starts getting into that infinity symbol and that anchoring those two energies with self.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like, okay, this is calm. This like being in a meditation. This is, it's like all the energy just kind of sinks and gets grounded, and yet it's still very connected to everything. So yeah, it's somehow very important.
Yeah, even for the Earth, it says that the Earth goes through an infinity symbol.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
So, yeah, pretty sure there's something to go along with that.
Yeah, it's probably more significant than we could imagine, because I know it brings in a certain level of completion with getting someone ready to go on their ascension journey. That's kind of like the last thing they do, and then they'll take them. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Well, we covered a lot of interesting things and touched base on a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah. My head's kind of still absorbing it all.
I can kind of tell a little bit.
It's been a long week of some intense channeling. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to sleep good tonight. So.
Oh yeah, especially when you was like jumped up and everything. So I was like, uh-oh.
So I had an experience the other night. And I'm going to go ahead and share it, even though it's kind of one of those things. It's like, it's a little private, but it's not. So we had the air conditioning running in the house, so it was a little bit cold in my room when I went to bed, and I usually just kind of, during the summer, I just wear like a t-shirt and shorts, and go to bed, and I was kind of sitting there thinking, I'm cold. So I went and jumped up and put on a hoodie and put on a sweatshirt, and I know normal people would go put on get under the blanket. I don't do that. For some reason, I don't like laying under the blanket, so I went and put on a hoodie. So I do have a little blanket there that I could pull over me, but that's not what I chose to do. Anyway, so I go back, lay back down, and middle of the night I sit up. I'm boiling hot, and I'm not really awake, but I remember doing this, and I go to pull off the hoodie, and I toss it right next to me. But when I pulled off the hoodie, it took my t-shirt with it, and it wrapped around, but it was still hooked on my arms. So I'm sitting there with the shirt over top of me, but halfway off, and so I go to put it back on, and I'm hearing, no, leave it like that so we can work on you. And then the next thing I know, I wake up in the morning, I'm laying down, my shirt's on. I don't know what happened after that. So I'm like, I don't know what they did, but apparently whatever it was making me super hot. And eventually I put the shirt back on and laid back down, but I'm not sure at what point that happened. And I only remember the part that I remember because I woke up and I saw my hoodie lying next to me, and it kind of brought in the recall. So anyways, I just thought that was something that was, if anybody's had experiences like that or anything that happens in sleep. I wake up speaking light language a lot of times. So yeah, that's something too. If our audience has weird experiences, let us know. These are fun things to share. So you're not alone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your son's like what's that sound in the middle of the night?
Doing in there? Don't go look. It might scare you. No, but yeah, it was something that I was just kind of like, what was that about? Because my shirt was on. It's like at some point I woke up enough to put it back on. So anyway, there's that. Nice. For all those that want to have the visual, there it is. But yeah, cool. I don't know what it is, but they were working on me.
Nice. I'm sure there was a reason. So
yeah.
Maybe to balance some energy, some chakras or something, Yeah,
we don't know.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up.
All right. Well, thank you once again, Jason.
Thank you.
Fun. My mind's a little blown again.
Till next time.
I bring in that weird stuff.
I know. Hate to. It would be interesting to see what happens next go round.
Yeah, I think the information that's coming in is pretty cool, and the healing stuff that they're bringing in is pretty powerful. So, yeah.
Yep.
So,
say good night.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.